Okay, and we should be back. Hopefully that's actually going out now. I don't think the first little bit did. My apologies for that. Had a little bit of trouble with the connection in these arenas with the public Wi-Fi. Did say this would be heavily dependent on the public Wi-Fi, but hopefully we're going now. I guess I'll get a text and let me know. The score 1-0 for the Sugar Kings as we approach the 2-minute mark remaining in the first period. Stars couldn't capitalize on the power play that they had. Almost had a break for Reed Crossman, but he just couldn't beat Reed on the breakaway. As Edmondson takes a shot on an entry, and that's partially blocked, but then into the path of Reed Crossman. Or pardon me, Liam Reed. There's a lot of Reeds on these rosters tonight. As I hope this is streaming now, we'll see. Why I'm having trouble here, but please let me know in the comments if you hear me. As the face-off in the Elmira zone will be one to the far side. Sugar Kings scramble it out of their own zone. They're coming through the neutral zone with some speed as Warlow gets a drop-back pass, shot in front, saved by Durno, and a bouncing puck floats through the crease to the far side. No green jerseys could find it in time with a wide-open net. There's Warlow on the near boards now. Bouncing puck on him. It's sent up the ice off a backhand by Owen Gray for the Stars to try and push ahead. They misplay it on that Elmira logo, though, and now it comes back the other way. Stuckey with a nice breakup play on a pass ahead to a streaking Sugar King who was headed to beside the net. On the near boards, Miles Dunn will cycle it down low. It's now picked up by Elmira. Warlow on the near side, flipping it off the glass. Joey Bezzetta stops that in the neutral zone. They'll send it to the far corner with a minute left in this first period. Hard pass around the near side. Warlow sends it to the far boards as now Cornfield's going to flip it high into the St. Thomas zone. Near corner, Bezzetta looking for it. He's up against Schwint. Schwint wins the battle. He'll get it back to the blue line as Gerber backhands it in deep. And the Kings will complete a line change. Morey with a forecheck effort will win the puck back. Gets it off to Gerber. Far side shot, scores! Brunton finds that pass on the far post. And the Elmira Sugar Kings make it 2-0 now. As Brunton gets the insurance goal. Some nice passing to enter the zone and then beat Durno on the far side with a pass going from left to right. Durno no chance on that one. So at center with 31.5 seconds left. Ilchishin's going to take a face-off against the most recent goal scorer, Brunton. Ilchishin wins the draw over to Moody on the near side. Petapisa is going to tip in his zone, but onto the Elmira defense sticks. As now the Stars going to steal in the neutral zone. Draw pass for Ilchishin. Shot blocker side, misses the net. On the far post, or on the far side, pardon me, Rory Savage back pass for Victor Moody. Moody trying to wind time down here with the puck on his stick. He's making a few dangles. And Petapisa is going to take a shot from the center line. A floater will find the blocker of Liam Reed, and he'll send it away, which will bring us to the end of this first period. As after 20 minutes of play, the Elmira Sugar Kings are now leading 2-0 after the first. Stars are out shooting Elmira 14-9 in that first frame, but the Sugar Kings have beat Durno twice, one on a power play, and they will take a 2-0 lead into the second period. Looks like we're going now as live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube audio live stream. We'll take a quick break for first intermission. I'll double check some settings, make sure we're really good to go as we get ready for the second period. Welcome back to the St. Thomas Stars YouTube audio live stream. My apologies for the first period not going out live. Made a fumble there, but we're good to go now. And the St. Thomas Stars are entering the second period down 2-0. So as my frustrations grow with the managing of this and trying to make it work, but the St. Thomas Stars frustrations grow as well as they enter the second down by 2. Trying to come back against a very tough Elmira Sugar Kings team who are sitting second in the league, just 2 points back from the Chatham Maroons with 3 games in hand. As around the league, the London Nationals beat the Waterloo Siskins 7-2. Today, the Hamilton Kilty Bees lost to the Pelham Panthers 3-0 in Pelham. The Listowel Cyclones and the Stratford Warriors went to a shootout where the Warriors took the win there. Beginning the second period in Chatham, the LaSalle Vipers and the Chatham Maroons are tied at 1. Right now in Welland at the end of the first, the Junior Canadians, are up 3-1 over the Caledon Bombers. And that rounds out all the action around the GOHL today. As we double check, everything is still going smooth. Hopefully. Yes, it is. Perfect. So if you're listening live, please give us a subscribe and a like and some feedback as we try to grow this thing and try and make it work. Again, it is heavily dependent on the public Wi-Fi at the arenas, but we're finding out which ones work and which ones don't. But we'll try it anyways, even if it is a bad connection. As we are just about ready for the second period, both teams hit the ice. St. Thomas in those white jerseys on the road here, as the Sugar Kings wearing their green, dark green with the yellow and white trim. St. Thomas will be guarding the right net tonight, or this period, attacking the left, and Sugar Kings guarding the left, attacking the right. So Elmira up 2-1, or 2-0. Oh my goodness, I'm all thrown off now. This is how it goes. Elmira up 2-0 after one period of play. Let's try and reset this thing here. Both me and the St. Thomas Stars as they gotta get back in track and try and even this thing up. Cornfield off the opening draw will walk in, take a distance shot. Pad saved by Durno, sends it to the far side. At the blue line, another shot in front, tipped on, and Durno makes another save. As the Sugar Kings a fast-paced start to this second period. Up the far side, the Stars will try and work it out of their zone. Miles Dunn pass to Gray on the near side, finds Sutherland springing ahead. Sutherland to shot, glove side, misses the net, and the rebound hitting the boards and going all the way down the ice into the St. Thomas zone. Pass behind the net by Stuckey, hits the side of the goal, has to scramble to recover as it'll be passed over to Owen Gray now on the near side. Sutherland up the near boards as Wyatt Cameron took a heavy hit at the middle of the blue line with Morey. I think they just kind of collided with each other as it was away from the puck. Cornfield will receive the puck for Elmira as they enter the zone. Shot from the point is blocked by Stuckey. Rebound picked up by Brunton, who already has a goal in this game. His pass back to the blue line is stopped up because the net is off. As Dylan Durno goes post to post, the net pops off fairly easy. And I said it in the opening period, but nobody heard me, as these nets in Elmira do come off pretty easy. As the first matchup between these two earlier in the season, the Stars were down by a goal with a minute left, appeared to have scored a goal, but the net had just barely popped off when the goalie came across to try and stop it, and the referees deemed that it was no goal. Although on other occasions we've seen that called a goal. We've even seen it in the NHL recently where the Nashville Predators scored a goal with the net well off, but it was the other team who knocked it off themselves. So it's a bit of a unspoken rule, I guess you could say, that sometimes goes either way. But it would be nice if they had the bigger pegs in all the buildings in the GOHL. As Elmira with the puck in the offensive zone, a minute 30 into this second period. It's down low to Gerber. Gerber's going to cycle it down deep. As in the near corner, the Sugar Kings work it around, pass out in front, and a save made by Durno off a shot by Brunton from right in the slot between the hash marks. Now a scramble in front of the net. The Stars will get it off the near side and down the ice. Sugar Kings trying to catch him on a line change here as Maury enters the zone. He'll try and cut up the middle, but it's stolen from him by George Matzos. Up the near side, Legalic, backhand pass to the far side, picked off by Gerber. Now Gerber will receive a pass from Brunton as he comes around the near side. Gerber walking in front, trying to dangle around the defense as Savage steers him into the far corner. Now a shot from Gerber, and that's a pad save for Dylan Durno on his left side. His glove hand. As the Stars collect the rebound, they'll try and work their way up the ice. Up the near side, it's fired into the backboards and now collected by Nutting for Elmira. He'll try a long stretch pass up the far side. It's broken up. Ratcliffe into the offensive zone. He'll make his way to the far circle. A shot off a block. Rebound, and that's saved from Durno. The original shot was into some shins, but he found it quickly and got that on net, forcing Durno to make a nice stop. Far side, a stretch pass will get past everyone and into the zone. I think it was tipped on the way. Durno comes out to play it. Rossi, pass in behind the St. Thomas net. Will find Gravel. He'll have to chase it into the far corner. Now he'll cycle back for Rossi in the corner. Now he walks out into the middle. Rossi, a shot from the point through traffic. It hits a body and goes wide of Durno. Far side, Nathan Slatt trying to battle for it, but it gets one back to the blue line. A big slap shot from the blue line will miss the target. Another shot from the near side off the rebound is tipped in front, but Dylan Durno makes a nifty save as he saw that on the redirect right on his doorstep. So face-off will be set up on the near side, inside the St. Thomas zone to our right. Stepping in for the draw will be Cooper Ilchishin up against Roberson. Elmira up 2-0. Shot on the near post by Etheridge. Doesn't get on target. It'll miss wide, and the Stars collect it and try and head up the ice. Legalic is going to dump it in on the near side. Sent around behind the net. Tanner Lawson will find it and send it to the far boards to Chan. And now the Sugar Kings come up the ice. Lawson receives a pass back, and on the entry it's going to be offside, as Roberson was just ahead on the far side of the blue line. So that'll force an offside. Halt that entry attempt. Just about 4 minutes into this second period. St. Thomas Stars down by 2. Both goals coming in the first period. As the face-off just outside the St. Thomas zone is won by Elmira. They'll head back into their own zone. Up the far boards, Etheridge is going to tip it in deep behind the goal line. Dylan Durno pass to Etheridge on the far side as he tried to clear it up the wall. Now the Stars trying to collect it in their own zone. They'll make an exit, but the pass to the near side is not where it was intended to be. Goes past Legalic. Pettipies catches a fly ball in the center ice zone. Sends it back into the Elmira zone, but Reed makes a catch. He'll drop it to keep the play going. Up the near boards. Sent up to the red line, but stopped up by Owen Gray, who steps in ahead to the offensive zone. Legalic tried to get a shot off. That's blocked by Nutting. Near corner, Lawson sends it behind the net. Nuttings gets the steal. There's a big hit thrown by Chase Pettipies on Warlow after he dumped it down the ice. Picked up by Victor Moody. Moody comes up the near side. He'll drop it for Nathan Slatt, who's trailing behind him. Back ahead for Moody in the corner. Pass out in front. Off a skate. It's still loose in front. Ty Lawson finds it. Wraparound attempt. Doesn't get on net. And the Sugar Kings collect it out front. Schwint into the offensive zone for Elmira. Schwint stops up along the far wall. Now he'll get it in deep. As Cornfield will tip pass to Warlow. Back to the blue line now. Shot from the blue line off a stick. And well up over the glass, over the netting above the glass as well, which will send a fan happy. Fan home happy. I missed a word there. As he'll have a souvenir to put on his shelf. Him or her. Face off on the far dot. Inside the St. Thomas zone. Schwint will win that draw over to Cornfield. Pass back to the blue line. Simeone fires it in deep. Joey Bezzetta trying to recover it. Cornfield steals it. Pass out in front. Schwint shot saved by Durnall. As Schwint right between the hash marks. Trying to go glove side, but Durnall makes the catch. Keeps this a 2-0 game. Face off on the near dot. Cornfield up against Cameron. Cameron wins that draw to the boards. As now Sutherland's going to pick it back up. Jimmy Sutherland with a great first game against St. Mary's. Finished with a goal and an assist. He got the goal that brought it to overtime. Made it 4-4. Looked great throughout the game. Very excited to see how he impacts this Stars team going forward. As they are in the offensive zone. Pass back for Savage. A shot in front. Blocked on the way to the net. Bezzetta steps in to collect the rebound. He'll get it to Sutherland as he'll get closed down on the corner. Trying to get a pass back to Bezzetta to get it back to the blue line, but it's stolen by Schwint. Schwint in across the blue line in the offensive zone. Cornfield, a shot. Trying to go over the glove hand again of Durnall, but he says no thank you as he makes the catch and gets a stoppage in his own zone. Great to see Dylan Durnall back after he missed 2 months with an injury. As he's back in between the pipes tonight for the first time in a while, and he holds a save percentage of .923 on the season, which, if he played enough minutes, it would be near the top of the league for the save percentage. He's got to play a few more games to qualify for that. Draw. Battler takes a shot from the near face-off dot. And chalk that one up for another glove save for Dylan Durnall. So we'll reset on the near face-off circle. Gerber couldn't win that draw as the Stars come away with it. Edmondson trying to receive a bouncing pass on the near boards, but the Sugar Kings will send it back ahead into the offensive zone. Gerber on the far side trying to whip it out in front. Blocked by Stuckey, who now flips it off the glass. About 6.5 minutes into this second period. Morey trying to find a loose puck in the neutral zone. Can't do so. It's sent ahead by St. Thomas. Into the offensive zone. Up the far boards comes Stuckey. He'll dump it in behind the net. George Matsos battling for it against 2 Sugar Kings. As he's turning up his muscle now as Reed Crossman tried to get a pass out in front off a loose puck. That's into some skates and now sent up and over the glass and into the crowd. As a fan will grab it and give it to a little kid. Kid went to race for it. The fan grabbed it. The kid stopped running. And the guy said, "No, this is for you." Great showing. Local hockey community. Face off inside the Elmira zone. Cooper Ilchishin will line up against Nate Gravel for this draw. Gravel, a bit of a false start, doesn't get waved out. They'll try again. Now it's dropped. Ilchishin's going to kick it ahead off the draw as they tie it up. Ilchishin chases it down in the corner with some help from Pettipies. Pass back to the blue line, finds Owen Gray. Gray winds up, shoots it around the defender coming at him, and it's tipped in front, but making a save was Reed. Good chance there created by the captain. Far side, Eloan Legalic will collect it. They're in their own zone now, are the Stars, as they try and make their way up the ice with a rush. Stuckey will press ahead. He's got Ratcliffe trying to chase him down as Stuckey loses it at the blue line, but recovers it back in the offensive zone. Pressed up against the far boards is Stuckey. It's outnumbered 2-on-1 and it's flipped into the neutral zone by the Sugar Kings. Near side up the boards, Owen Gray looking for Legalic, gets past him, and that will be an icing call, which will send us back in front of Dylan Durnall for a draw inside the St. Thomas Stars zone. So the Stars right now on a 4-game losing streak. Their last loss in overtime, but in their last 10 they've been struggling. 3-6-1 in the last 10. As they've now got 1 win in their last 8 games played. Sent to the far boards, but another icing call will send us right back into the St. Thomas zone. And the Stars definitely want to right this ship that's been a little rocky lately, because in the standings, the Strathroy Rockets are chasing down the LaSalle Vipers, who are in the 8th spot. And currently, the Stars are only 6 points ahead of those Rockets, who are right now in a spot that would miss the playoffs. So the Stars got to start picking up some wins here try and climb back up the standings, as this last stretch has found them in that danger zone, or close to it at least. As yet another stoppage is going to be forcing a face-off in the neutral zone. It's been a real stop-start game so far tonight, as the Sugar Kings will win the draw in the neutral zone. Sent in the St. Thomas end, and will float into the path of Dylan Durnall, who covers that up. And another whistle here at the Dan Schneider Memorial Arena. So face-off will be on the near side. Roberson will line up for the draw for the Sugar Kings. Wins it. As he wins it back to the defense, a shot from the blue line misses well wide. Up the far boards, Ty Lawson will flip it high and ahead to the blue line of the Sugar Kings. Stars trying to get across it. Now they do on the near side, as Max Monick will flip it off the glass in behind the goal line. Chan sends it up the far side. Etheridge will tip it out into the neutral zone. Bahoviak back to chase for the Stars. In his own zone now, behind his own net. Trying to sidestep a forechecking Roberson is Bahoviak. Now he'll flip it high into the far boards. Nutting bouncing off the far boards, trying to get it ahead. Voot and Victor Moody gets in a collision. Now it's a rush for the Sugar Kings. A shot on, but a nice block by Bahoviak, who was laying down on the ice to cut off the shooting angle. Lawson for Elmira on the near side. Over to Chan. Chan in front. His shot, blocker save by Durnall as he sends it back to the far side. Cornfield circles and tries to get towards the net for a shot. That shot off the heavy traffic in front of him. We'll head behind the St. Thomas net. Elmira going for a line change, which will give the Stars a good chance to try and regroup and get a good rush up the ice here. Victor Moody stopped up behind his own goal. Vic Moody steps out in front of Durnall. Up pass to the far side, finds Miles Dunn. Miles Dunn goes down at the blue line, trying to avoid a check as he sends it into the far corner. Stars will battle for it, but it pops out to Schwint. And now Elmira makes their way up the far boards. Dunn with a steal at the red line will pass it back to the defense. Pass over to Rory Savage on the near side. Savage flip it into the near corner and behind the net. Alex Simeone, assistant captain, will pick it up. Take a big hit from Wyatt Cameron in the process, as the loose puck will go to the far side. Sugar Kings try and cup of the ice, but the pass to Cornfield is not where it was wanted to be. St. Thomas picks it back up. Savage, pass to Bazette on the far side. Long stretch pass ahead, tipped in by Cooper Ilchishin. And to chase is Jimmy Sutherland. He'll get a turnover forced in behind the net. Shot in front, goes across the front of the goal by Cameron. Puck still loose. He'll pick it up. Back to the blue line it goes. Charlie Stuckey. Stuckey walking across the blue line. Poke checked away from him by Warlow, which makes it go into the neutral zone. And he'll dump it in, but we'll get a stoppage in play. We're actually going to get a penalty, it looks like, as the referee signaled a cross-check, which will go against Elmira. Kiriakou being escorted to the box. So St. Thomas back onto the power play. They're 0 for 1 tonight, so they get their second chance now. Again, a 24% success rate for 7th in the league. They've taken a hit in that department. They were floating near the top, but now 6 games with 0 for 14 in their last stretch has hurt that standing, as they get another chance here to try and end that streak, or that drought I should say. They've got it in their own zone right now. Send it behind the net to Owen Gray to try and come up the ice. Owen Gray up the middle, pass up to Eloan Legalic. He'll enter the offensive zone, stops up along the far boards, hands off to Reed Crossman. He gets pinched up against the boards, but gets it off to Lawson. Ty Lawson. He'll send it back to the far boards for Savage, who has a bit more room. He'll send it to the far corner, though. It's cleared by the Sugar Kings, stopped at the line by Savage. Lawson a shot. Nice save made by Liam Reed on the far side. He just got a piece of that with the shoulder. On the near boards. It's sent down the ice by Ratcliffe, who will earn his team a line change as it goes all the way back to Dylan Durnall with a minute left on this Stars power play. Charlie Stuckey in the far corner. He'll make his way up the ice. Jimmy Sutherland now on the near boards. Sutherland stops up along the near side, but gets the puck stolen from him by Morey. As Morey skates to the far side, he'll try and kill off some more time by passing back to the defense. Stars tried to get a forecheck going, but Elmira manages to get it up the ice. Dylan Durno in trouble, bounces it off the Elmira Sugar King, who was forechecking in front of him. He ended up having to make a pad save off the ricochet. Almost got into a heap of trouble there. Cameron dangles around the defense, pass in front. No, he went 5-hole and just gets denied by Reed. A dangle by Wyatt Cameron, and now a shot from the slot and a blocker save made by Liam Reed. Liam Reed looks pretty locked in tonight so far, as he's denied some of the best chances from St. Thomas, especially in this last stretch. So 10 seconds left on the power play for the St. Thomas Stars, as they'll win the offensive zone draw. Jimmy Sutherland walking to center, and a shot blocked in front by Nate Gravel. Up the far side, Stuckey will pick it up for the Stars as the penalty expires. Man out of the box, and Kiriakou hits Dunn, and he goes down, but no call on the play, as it's dumped in by Stuckey towards Reed, who makes a save from the shot basically outside the blue line. Will be chalked up as a save, as now it's sent down the ice into the St. Thomas end. Elmira battles for it back as Gravel chasing it down in behind the goal. It's a rough play behind that net. Some bodies being thrown as the Sugar Kings trying to forecheck. Pass out in front, saved by Durno, as they earn that puck the hard way behind the goal. And the pass out in front earned them a great chance as well, but Durno making a great glove save on the near side. Face off on the far dot inside the St. Thomas zone. 6:39 left in the second. Elmira up 2-0. Gravel take the draw against Ilchishin. Ilchishin wins it. Go to the near side. Legalic gets it up ahead to Ilchishin, who will dump it in and try and get around the defense to chase it down. Battler does a nice job of recovering there, though, and gets it up to Rossi to head the other way. A 2-on-1 chance here for Elmira. Ratcliffe pass in front, scores! Nate Gravel on the far post. All he had to do was tap it in, as Ratcliffe makes a beautiful pass, and the Elmira Sugar Kings now up 3-0. So the Stars now down by 3 with 6:19 left in the second period. And the last meeting between these two was a 10-4 win for the Sugar Kings at the Joe. And the Stars certainly would not like anything like that to repeat here at the Dan Snyder, as they send it in the Sugar King zone. Reed comes out to play it. He'll send it up the near boards. Edmondson gets bumped into by the linesman, as now it's sent up the ice. Big hit thrown by Morey, and Savage doesn't like it. It gives him a hack as Morey skates by him with a big smile on his face. And now we've got a couple unhappy Stars. Now Joey Bezzetta's being wrangled by the linesman. He's going to throw him into the penalty box. It does look like there's a Sugar King in there as well. So we'll see what is thrown up on the board after all that. Good job by Rory Savage to come in and protect his teammate. Didn't like the hit from Morey. A bit of an unnecessary one, as puck was well away. So I believe that will be the call against the Sugar Kings. Will be an interference call against Morey for the hit. And Bezzetta, I believe, gets a retaliation call. So 4-on-4 hockey here for a couple minutes, as the Sugar Kings will win the draw in their own zone. In behind the net, Jimmy Sutherland battling hard to try and get that puck back. Does get it out in front. Wyatt Cameron picks it up. Cameron walking out in front. He's got some room. Cameron trying to deke around the goaltender, but it ends up going wide, and now a penalty is going to be called on the play. So Wyatt Cameron draws the penalty from Badler with some nice stick handling in the offensive zone. And now a chance for the Stars, who will be 4-on-3 right now. A man advantage and some extra room on the ice, with a few bodies less on it. So face-off will be on the far side. Wyatt Cameron trying to win it and keep it in. He does. We'll get it back to the point. Stuckey on the near side. Over to Miles Dunn. Far side, Jimmy Sutherland back for Stuckey. Stuckey looks towards goal, and a blocker save made by Reed. Will send it high off the glass. Back to the point it goes, though. St. Thomas still in the zone. Pass to Miles Dunn, who walks to the center. Pass to the far side. Jimmy Sutherland. Stuckey over to Dunn. Shot in front, blocked by Young. Near side, Dunn collects the rebound off the Young block. Dunn pitch and catch with Stuckey. Near side, Dunn. Shot towards goal, and a save made by Reed, who was square to the shot. Catches that in the logo, no problem. And doesn't allow any rebounds to pop out either. So there will be 1:09 left on the first two penalties, one to either team. There's 1:20 left on the power play making penalty for the Stars, as they'll win the draw again in the offensive zone. Stuckey on the near side. Pass over to Miles Dunn. Winds up. Shot saved by Reed with the right pad. Stuckey. Stars collect the rebound again. Far side, Sutherland walking to center. Shot, glove, save, and a dandy made by Liam Reed. And snap that thing shut real quick. 4:38 left in this second period. The Stars will be on the power play for another minute. They're 4-on-3 for another 44 seconds. They could really use a goal right now, down 3-0. Pass over to Owen Gray. Near side, Pettipies winds up and misses that wide and high on the glove side. Owen Gray collects the rebound. Pass inside for Legalic. It's past him, and Pettipies keeps it in on the near side after a ring-around attempt to clear the puck. Matsos in behind the goal line. It'll be found again by the Sugar Kings, who try to clear it up the far side. Nice stop there by Gray. Shot by Legalic. Winding up and shooting the rebound was Matsos. That's wide on the blocker side. Gray keeps it at the far blue line. On the near side, a shot by Legalic. Pad save by the goaltender Liam Reed. Legalic letting that go from the far face-off dot. Long stretch pass finds Legalic as the Sugar Kings were changing. Stopped up, trying to get a back pass for some trailers, but we'll get it back to the blue line. Shot from the point by Vahoviak is saved by Reed. And the Sugar Kings trying to get a clear down the ice and get some breathing room. Now they'll get it to the neutral zone. All the penalties have expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Elmira holding on to their 3-0 lead. Not giving up the shorthanded goal, or the power play goal, while they were shorthanded. Near side, Lawson. Pass in front, tip shot, and a pad save made by Durnall, as Brunton tried to tip that through the 5-hole. And a nice pad save. Nutting. Pass ahead up the near boards, finds Gerber. Gerber, a flip pass to the far corner for a Brunton who's coming in to try and win it. He does. In behind the goal line, Brunton trying to shake off Victor Moody. He gets a pass to the far side to Morey. Now Brunton cycles back for Gerber. It's tied up in some skates. The Stars will find it. Max Monick trying to flip it off the glass and down into the neutral zone. It'll be stopped up by Nutting. Pass to the near side finds Gerber. Gerber tried to get a centering pass. That's off the skate of Vahoviak. Still on the perimeter for the Sugar Kings. Over to Tanner Lawson. Pass on the near side. Brunton in front. We'll get past Tanner Lawson, who will chase it into the far corner. Gets it around to the near side to Morey. Morey fakes a move. Shot in front and tipped on by Brunton, but saved by the chest of Dylan Durnall. Now Gerber and Vahoviak are going to get into it a little bit. In behind the net. They'll have to be separated before anything happens, as the referees try and keep order here. Stars got to be getting a bit frustrated, as the chances have been hard to come by. 2:17 left in the second period. Shots 27-25 unofficially for St. Thomas. As Elmira pass back to the point. Young's shot blocked on the way to the net. In the far corner, a battle for it. The Stars come away with it. Reed Crossman finds Edmondson on the near side, springing ahead. Edmondson makes a move to the center, but there's a bunch of green jerseys there on his way. They turn him back. Savage finds a loose puck. Shot towards goal, misses the net. Rebound collected and sent up the far boards and down the ice. Rory Savage back to chase it in behind his goal line. Trying to lose Roberson by pushing ahead. Pass to the far side. Reed Crossman took a spill. Puck enters the zone, though, and deep as Edmondson battling for it. Gets dragged down by Badler. As Badler had an arm around his belly, it looked like, but no call. Badler on the near side will receive it. Heading into the offensive zone for Elmira. A shot from the near dot. And a save made by Durno, who catches that with the pads and then covers up. Minute 24 left in this second period. Elmira has increased their lead to 3-0 in this second period. And the Stars got to get something going here. Otherwise, they're going to lose their 5th straight tonight at the Dan Snyder Memorial. Pass to the far side, Miles Dunn. And a stoppage in play well behind the net as Cameron and Cornfield got tied up. The puck was near the Elmira blue line, and the play occurred inside the St. Thomas zone on the near dot. Cameron's going to get called for cross-checking, it looks like. So Elmira sent to the power play now. Elmira a chance here to increase their lead to 4-0 on the power play. There's a minute 18 left in this period. So there is a chance that this penalty could be dissected if the Elmira Sugar Kings don't manage to score here. Nutting, pass to the far side. Warlow shot through traffic. Will get sent right back to him. Warlow back to the point. Nutting, near side. Maury a shot. Glove save made by Durno, who snatches that thing up. Earns a face-off in his own zone. Shaves off a few seconds of this Elmira power play. Face-off on the near side. Gerber sends it to the near side, but Owen Gray is there, and he'll fling it down the ice with just about a minute left in this second period. Warlow will make his way up the middle. Far side, Nutting. Elmira enters the zone up the left wing as will be passed back for Warlow at the point. Gerber, near side, pass beside the net. Maury trying to get it out in front, but he can't make a move, and the Stars close down on him and send it down the ice. 25 seconds left as Nutting picks it up behind his own goal. Sugar Kings one more rush up the ice to try and enter the zone here. They'll send it up the far side. It gets past Maury. Matsos will find it. Trying to fling it down the ice, but it's stopped up by Warlow along the far boards. Over to Gerber on the near side. Maury pass to the point. Nutting winds up but catches it, hangs onto it. Nutting circled back at the point. Crowd 10 for a shot, and a shot does go on. It's tipped on and saved by Durno just before the buzzer blows. But Durno keeps it out, and that will do it for the second period, as the Sugar Kings will carry a 3-0 lead into the third period. They are now out shooting the Stars 28-27 after the first half and change of that power play. As the Stars now down by 3, they've got a lot of work to do heading into the final frame. Live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube audio live stream, I'm Phil Pimentel. We'll take a quick break for second intermission and be back for the third in just a bit. Welcome back to the Stars YouTube audio live stream, streaming from Elmira, Ontario, the Dan Snyder Memorial Arena. As the St. Thomas Stars enter the third period, they're down 3-0 after the first two. The ice is all cleaned up. The teams have yet to hit the ice, but we'll take a quick look at the scoring summary so far tonight. As Brett Warlow got the first goal of the game, his 7th of the season, assisted by Kyle Morey. That came on the power play at 12:58 of the first. Second goal from Benjamin Brunton, his 7th of the season, assisted by Gerber and Morey at 19:29 of the first. And then in the second period, Nate Gravel getting the 3-0 lead on his 10th of the season, assisted by Ratcliffe and Rossi at 13:41. St. Thomas Stars haven't had much to talk about tonight, but the one bright spot that I've noticed is Dylan Durnall looks great after recovering from an injury. He's faced a lot of shots over the first two. Shots for the Sugar Kings, 28, and 3 have gone by him, but he's made a bunch of great saves. This game could definitely be a little bit more ugly so far, if not for Durnall. But we'll see what the St. Thomas Stars can do in the third period as Jason Williams and coaching company Darren Williams and Joe Doyle try to get these boys back on track here. See what they can do in the third. Down by just 2. It doesn't take much time to try and get that momentum in your favor and start making the most of it. So both teams have hit the ice. St. Thomas will be guarding the left net this period, attacking the right. And Sugar Kings guarding the right, attacking the left. As the referees exchange all their fist bumps and tell each other they're ready to go. Teams are lined up. There will be a brief power play for the Sugar Kings to enter this period. About 40 seconds left on it as the puck is dropped. Stars win the draw and fire it down the ice. Start off this third period. The Stars will need to kill this few seconds off and then start pouring on some offense. Although Liam Reed has also looked great in net tonight for Elmira. Elmira makes their way into the zone. Pass back for Battler in the blue line. His shot off a body. Brunton with a net on the near side, staring at him, but he's shot and is released, and Durnall pops up in its place. Make a blocker save on the near side. Simeone a shot. That's wide on the glove side. And it goes all the way down the ice as Wyatt Cameron comes out of the box. We're back to even strength. Elmira will come into the zone up the left wing. Battler makes his way into the offensive zone. Shot over the net on the glove side of Durnall. It was over his shoulder, but it was over his net as well. Rebound on the far side. Elmira battling for it. They'll get it behind the goal as it's passed out in front by Rossi and will come to the near boards. In the corner, Rossi will get it back. Back to Battler. His shot through traffic and a blocker save made by Durnall on the near side through a couple bodies. Pet piece to the far boards. We'll find Eloan Legalic trying to deke around his man, but the secondary defender comes in. Now Legalic stops up a clear attempt up the far boards. He'll get it back in deep. Run around to Victor Moody on the near side, who steps in. He flips it off the glass behind the net, but it gets past Ilchishin and to the Elmira defenders on the other side of him. Now Cornfield up the middle. He'll find Rossi on the left side. Rossi tips it in, and the Sugar Kings will complete a line change. Near side, Victor Moody gets closed down on by Schwint, who's creating havoc on the near side. Trying to pat that puck loose. He does in front for Ratcliffe, and he tried to tuck it in on the near side, but the pad saved by Durnall. Miles Dunn on the near boards will be Jimmy Sutherland. Sutherland inside the zone, trying to work his way around Nutting. He'll send it into the near corner. Cameron back to the blue line to Bezzetta. Bezzetta far side, shot through traffic, and that's found by Liam Reed as well with a glove. Will hang on for a whistle and a face-off in his own zone. About 2.5 gone in this third period. Stars started off this period killing off a 40-second penalty. And now they've got to start trying to figure out a way to get it past Liam Reed, who's had a great game up to this point, stopping all 28 shots, as the Sugar Kings will win the draw in their own zone. Up the far boards, flipped off the glass. In the neutral zone, the Stars will whack it ahead. Now enter the zone. Cameron in front for Dunn. Pass across the front of the goal, but Sutherland was just a step behind as he was tied up with an Elmira defender. At the blue line, Stars almost kept it in, but now it's poked down the ice. And Joey Bozzetta will pick it up. Bozzetta sent to the far side to Savage in the far corner. Savage will take a step behind his own net and stop up, looking for some wingers to try and make their way up the ice. Savage kicks it ahead to himself. Pass to the near side. Gets past wide Cameron. Warlow with a steal. Warlow drop pass back for Chan. Chan sends it back behind the net. Warlow chasing it down in the far corner. He'll stop up and lose Bozzetta, who blew a tire in the process. Bit of an ankle breaker there. Now Kiriakou, a shot from the near wall. Tipped just wide. Far side, Sutherland gets hit big time by Roberson, who exploded into him. Sutherland gave him a shot back. Crowd didn't like that. Now Etheridge all alone in front. Tips it in front, and Durno makes a save as Etheridge tried to just glide that thing through his pads, but Durno closes up the legs just in time to stop that puck going past the goal line. We'll get a face-off in the zone as things heating up a little bit here in the third period. Roberson with a heavy hit on Sutherland, and Sutherland taking exception to it. Warlow went down on the hit as well, which shows you just how hard that hit was both ways. Heavy collision, and now we're going to get a penalty handed out to the St. Thomas Stars as Sutherland's going to head to the box. Not sure what that final call was. It was well after. Cross-checking is the call. Didn't see where that was, but nonetheless, the Elmira Sugar Kings on the power play now, up 3-0, trying to make it 4-0. Flip pass to the near side. Warlow chases it down in the near corner. Stuckey trying to press him against the boards. Gerber comes in to collect the puck. Pass to the far side. Morey back to the blue line. Gerber is going to step in deep. Drop pass for Morey, back for Nutting. Morey shot towards goal. Pad save, rebound, and another save by Durno. Pops up in front of him, and he finds that as well as he slows that down with a stoppage in play. Elmira with at least 2 shots there. Might have been 3 in front as Durno stops everything. Keeps it out. Minute 22 left now on this Sutherland cross-checking penalty. Face off on the far side. Kubriel Chisholm against Gravel. Winger comes in to win it back to the defense. Tanner Lawson on the near side for Elmira. Pass to the far side. Now at center, Simeone winds up and fires that wide on the blocker's side. Tanner Lawson collects it on the near boards. Back for Simeone. Now Lawson in front, and a shot tipped on by Gravel and past Dylan Durno on the glove side. And that's what they've been drawing up all night, and that time it'll capitalize in front as Lawson's going to take the first fist bump, so it might have gone off a defender in front to get past Durno. But nonetheless, the Elmira Sugar Kings will get another one on the power play to make it 4-0 now, with 15:29 left here at the Dan Snyder Memorial. So we're back to 5-on-5. Matsos is going to carry it into the offensive zone. Backhand towards goal. Will head over the net. Crossman on the near side. Tried to ring it around, but it's off the body of Young, as now it's flipped high down the ice. That'll find Etheridge as he's got a chance inside. Nice defensive play. Sprawling out again was Luke Vahoviak. Now a pass back for Chan, who takes a shot. That's saved by Durno. That's center. It's sent back to Victor Moody. Moody. Far side, he'll circle back behind the net. On the far boards, Vahoviak. Long stretch pass to Crossman. He couldn't slow that down as it hops off his stick. Elmira back the other way. Chan floating pass in front to Etheridge. Got that on the back end, but couldn't get it towards goal. Young over to Battler. His shot towards goal off a body and over the net. Rebounds on the near boards. Reed Crossman will pick it up. Soft pass to center will get past Matsos and Edmondson as it glides into the Elmira zone. They'll go for a line change. Will both teams. Badler making its way up the left wing, trying to drive it in front, throws it on goal. A save made by Durnall. Rebounds out to Young. Another shot saved by Dylan Durnall as he spies that one and slaps the mitt down in front of him with a couple Elmira Sugar Kings floating around. Face-off will be on the near dot. The Sugar Kings pulling away heavily now on the shot clock, 37-28, as they have dominated this third period now, 10-1. On the near side, Savage trying to battle for it and get it out into the neutral zone. Now they do, as it's sent back to Kiriakou. Simeone up the far side. He'll give it away as Legalic gets a steal along with Cooper Ilchishin. And now it's sent into the zone, but that's going to be offside as the forecheckers were still trying to hustle back. So we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. So George Matsos has been on a tear lately. He returned in the last game against St. Mary's, got 2 goals. Before that, he missed a few games with a sickness, but if you take his last 10 games played, he's got 11 points, does George Matsos. He's had a great stretch here. I heard Miles Dunn call him December George. Last month it was November Ed, or Edmondson. This month he's given the title to George Matsos. The month title, I guess you could call it. Who will take January? As Bezzetta rings it around the boards to the near side to Miles Dunn. Up ahead to Sutherland. Jimmy Sutherland up the boards into the offensive zone. Wyatt Cameron trying to get that puck on the near boards. The play is blown dead. We're going to get looks like a head contact call, as signaled by referee Stiles. And Kiriakou is going to be the one that enters the box as a result. So 2 minutes are on the board against Kiriakou, so the Stars are going to head to the power play. Now an extra man for Elmira is going to head in to serve the extra penalty. Should be a unsportsmanlike, I would believe, or a misconduct. No, it'd be a misconduct for sure. So in the offensive zone, Wyatt Cameron will take the draw up against Schwint. Schwint gets the draw on that occasion. As he makes his way up the far side, he'll dump it in and chase. And a couple Elmira Sugar Kings forechecking hard here, shorthanded. Edmondson on the near side. Gives it up to Wyatt Cameron, who's springing ahead. Cameron, draw pass back to the blue line. Got away from Sutherland as they tried to chase it to the far boards. And the puck is just past the blue line as Stuckey sent it back in, so that'll force an offside. And send us back out into the neutral zone for the draw with 1:36 left on the Stars power play. Elmira up 4-0. 13:01 left in the third. Sugar Kings out shooting the Stars 37-28 at this point. In the far corner, Elmira will send it out past the blue line as Dunn almost kept it in, but he'll have to check back onside as Elmira takes it back behind their net. Now Simeone's going to flip it high all the way down the ice. Shave off some more precious seconds here. Dunn, back pass for Stuckey. Stuckey up the far boards. Poked off him by Morey as now Stuckey recovers, gets it off to Dunn. Cameron up the left side. He'll stop up. Pass back to the blue line. Miles Dunn. Dunn looking towards goal. Pass beside the net to Sutherland. Sutherland back up top to Stuckey. Charlie Stuckey is shot through traffic and it hits a leg right in front of the goaltender. He'll send it to the far board. Stars recover it. And the play is blown dead as on the far side, Morey lost his stick and Sutherland is going to be sent to the box. So back to 4-on-4 we go. for 45 seconds. Sutherland's going to get a 2-minute minor. And there will be some more open ice here. Not what the Stars need at this point. Down by 4. Face-off's going to be in their zone. Brunton will step in against Matsos. Brunton wins the draw. Back to the blue line. Lawson. Pass across the line. Will get up to the far side to Nutting. Nutting will skate now to the near boards. In behind the net he'll go now. He takes a full lap of the offensive zone. In the far corner, he gets stopped up against the boards. We'll hand it off to Brunton. Brunton backhands it back in deep again. And beside the net, Tanner Lawson lost the puck to Ty Lawson. On the far side, Matsos stepping in, takes a shot, and that's off of Tanner Lawson's legs. Stopped up to the far boards. Rory Savage will look towards goal. Pass out in front, tipped on, and a save made by Reed as Gray couldn't get it to the net just in time. Did get it to the net, but it took a little too long, as there wasn't much pace on his backhand, as he was also tied up with the Elmira defender. Pass up center, Nutting. And across the blue line. He'll flip it to the far boards to Gerber, trying to get it back out in front, but that's off Victor Moody's stick. And behind the net, Chan will win it back. Chan back to the blue line. Nobody there to stop it up, though, as this Elmira power play with 40 seconds left. Shortened power play after the Stars penalty expired. Etheridge dumps it hard around the boards. Durno comes out to play it. Almost stumbled a bit, along with me. Bohoviak up the far boards. He'll try and flip it high down the ice. That's stopped at center ice as the Elmira Sugar Kings will re-enter. Badler on the near boards, avoids a check, gets it to the far side. Etheridge. We'll get it back to Rossi on the far side. Back to center of the blue line to Simeone. Simeone steps to the far side. Blocker save on a shot by Simeone. Denied by Durno, and another shot from the center of the zone will find the glove of Dylan Durno just as Sutherland steps out of the box. So the penalty has expired. Back to 5-on-5 now. As the St. Thomas Stars down by 4 goals. Need to go all in right now if they want any chance of pulling anything away from Elmira tonight. Liam Reed sees that puck glide past him in behind his goal line. Picked up by Battler now as the Sugar Kings head out of their zone. Brunton and across his own blue line up to center. It's flipped into the offensive zone. Bouncing puck found by Battler, sent towards goal off the leg of Bezzetta and into the far boards. Now sent behind the net. Brunton gets it out in front, but only Petapieces there. He'll pass it up to Crossman. A rush here for the Stars as Kupril Chishin on the far side. Pass to the near side. The Petapieces picked off cleanly by Gerber. Gerber, a quick pass to try and spring Morey on the far boards. Morey does win the race to get the puck in the corner. Morey in behind the net. Pass out in front. Deflection will send it to Gerber, who gives it back to Morey. Pass to the far side. Battler. Center is Young. Back for Morey on the near side. Morey curls. Shot saved by Durno as Morey targeted the 5-hole on that shot. Not sure if he intended to or if he intended to lift it up, but Durno saw that going 5-hole all the way. Stops it up nicely. Stars will go for a full line change. With 9:08 left in the third period, down by 4. Sugar Kings now out shooting the Stars 40-29. As they have pulled far ahead in that department in the third period. They'll win the offensive zone draw. Nutting to the far side. Young winds up and fires that through traffic, but well wide. On the near side, a cycle for Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe with Owen Gray on his back. Ratcliffe trying to walk out in front of the net. Puck gets left behind. Ratcliffe wins the race back to it. Up to Young. Young just manages to stop a spring the other way. As Ratcliffe on the near boards now gets it back in the offensive zone. Up to Gravel. Gravel's centering pass stopped by Stuckey. Stuckey pass ahead to Legalic. On the near side, Ty Lawson, a shot, blocker side, that goes wide. Back to Owen Gray at the point, who stops it in the zone. On the far boards, Elmira wins it back and sends it back behind their own net. Young up to Ratcliffe, a long stretch pass to try and catch St. Thomas on a change. Ratcliffe in front, shot saved by Durnall. As Ratcliffe shot that from the top of the near face-off dot. Now Rossi and Vahoviak are tied up. They go down beside the net. As Rossi and Vahoviak now jawing after the fact. Rossi trying to talk to the referee about something now, but it looks like he's going to get dragged away from it and sent to the box as he gives a shake of the head. So it's a slashing call that will go against Alex Rossi. St. Thomas on the power play. 8:16 left in the third period. Stars down by 4. They need this. They really do. As Wyatt Cameron will step out for the draw. He's got Sutherland and Edmondson on his wings. Miles Dunn at the point with Charlie Stuckey. Offensive zone draw, stall drop, but there it goes, and a quick win by the Sugar Kings will be found and fired down the ice. Durno stops it up behind his net. We'll leave it for Stuckey, who comes away with it. Stuckey tried to whip it back to the near side. That's stopped by Brady Schwint. Schwint tried to pass ahead to Cornfield, who was springing ahead, short-handed. Stars just managed to recover at their own blue line. Wyatt Cameron fakes a step behind his net, but Schwint with another nice forechecking play will battle it into the corner. Dragging down Cameron, and now a couple Stars have to come in to help out. They'll come away with it. Another switch pass, stopped up. Sutherland will pick up the rebound off the Elmira stick. His pass into the zone, now stolen by Simeone, who holds onto it for a few more seconds in his own zone before firing it down the ice. Minute 10 left in this Stars power play, in which you feel they need to score if they want any hope of getting something out of this game. That entry attempt doesn't work either. It's cleared down to the Stars blue line where it's stopped by Stuckey. Now they'll pull ahead. Sutherland to Miles Dunn. They enter the zone to Cole Edmondson in front. His shot off a leg, high into the air. Up the far boards, it's kept in by Stuckey at the blue line. Over to Miles Dunn on the near boards. Shot towards goal. Blocker save. Bouncing puck in front. Found by Elmira and cleared down the ice. Durno stops it up beside his net as Stuckey will come back and grab it with 30 seconds left on the power play. Stuckey's body language there looked a little frustrated as he picked up the puck. On the far side, Lawson. His pass to Savage gets past him and into the path of Reed, who makes a save, and Savage took a hit into the boards on the numbers, which will send another Sugar King to the box as the captain, Brett Warlow, will glide into the sin bin. So a short 5-on-3 here for 17 seconds for St. Thomas. This is an offensive zone draw that they've got to win and try and make something happen here with a two-man advantage for this brief stretch. We've got George Matsos, Ty Lawson, and Legalic up front. Owen Gray and Rory Savage on the back end. Savage receives a pass back for Gray beside the net to Legalic. Legalic back up top for Gray. Legalic shot towards goal, and that'll be a pad save for Liam Reed. That one actually squeezed under his pad, but stopped it up with the big pillow. And nothing getting past him that time. Matsos in for the draw. Won it over to Lawson. Lawson trying to get it back to the point, and he does. To Owen Gray. Minute 40 left on this power play. They're back to 5-on-4. Matsos up the far side, finds Legalic at the point. Now to Owen Gray on the near side. He'll step to the middle, pass to Savage, who wound up and fanned on a shot. Pass to the near side, Lawson in front, and tied up was Matsos, who didn't get a shot off. Pass back for Savage. Far side, Owen Gray whips it across to the near boards. Savage collects it off the boards. Legalic winds up and fires it off the blocker of Reed. From the point, Legalic winding up. Gray will collect the rebound and send it back to the point to Lawson. Now to Legalic. Lawson steps forward as Gray takes the point. Beside the net now, Matsos, a shot in front, saved by Reed. Matsos gets shoved to the ground by Young as the play is blown dead. And that'll That'll be a stoppage inside the Elmira zone. Exactly 1 minute left on this Stars power play. 5:33 left in the third. Elmira up 4-0 over the Stars. Face off on the far dot. Sutherland wins it back to the point. Stuckey across to Miles Dunn on the near side. In front, finds Sutherland. Sutherland steps to the near corner. Sutherland back for Miles Dunn. Far side, Stuckey. Stuckey in deep for Cameron. Whips it back to Dunn. Shot towards goal. Blocked in front by the Sugar Kings defense. I think it was Young who got in the way of that one. As Wyatt Cameron's going to pick it up from his own zone. Pass to center. Finds Edmondson. Edmondson up the right side. He'll stop up along the wall. Pass back to the blue line. Just offside as Stuckey tried to keep that in on the back pass. Couldn't do so, and the referees will stop the play. Now just 22 seconds left on this Stars power play. Before the captain, Brett Morello, comes out of the box. Back pass for Rory Savage. Gazzetta over to Savage. Savage on the near side for Crossman. Crossman entering the zone. Pass in front for Monick. Gets off his backhand and away from his stick. As now it's flinged down the ice by Elmira. You knew coming into this one it was going to be a tough one for the Stars, as the Sugar Kings are one of the best teams in the league this season so far. And a tough game to try and stop a bad skid if you're St. Thomas. And Elmira definitely getting the better of the Stars on this occasion. The first matchup between these two was the closest, as it came down to the dying seconds. But tonight, the Elmira Sugar Kings have this thing handily, as Monick now takes a big hit from Roberson, who's been throwing the body hard tonight. In the corner, exploding into Max Monick. Puck gets sent into the Elmira zone. Nathan Slatt trying to chase it down, but he's outnumbered by 4 Sugar Kings on the back end, as Elmira certainly trying to just be defensively responsible at this point, with 3:30 left in the third, up by 4. St. Thomas trying to solve this Elmira puzzle, and this goaltender, Liam Reed. As if you take a look at the average shots against for Elmira, Liam Reed only faces 26 shots per game. And Reed Strauss, their other goaltender, 28. So an average of 27 shots against per game for the Sugar Kings, and the Stars have managed to get 33 so far. But if you're looking at St. Thomas, theirs is much higher, as a pass through the zone goes past Pettipice to the near boards harmlessly. If you're looking at St. Thomas's averages shots against, it's around 40. So a difference of about 14 or 13. Simeone in behind his goal line will send it to the far boards, kept in by Victor Moody. But onto the stick of Nutting it will go, who flips it high into the neutral zone, as Elmira will go for another line change. Pass up to Pettipice, hops off his backhand, and ahead of him, onto the Elmira defense. Now Gerber with it, as a stretch pass enters him into the offensive zone. Pass across the front of the crease will glide to the far side. Cooper Ochishin trying to push ahead. It's stopped up by Morey, who will now send it back for his defense to pick up. Nolan Battler coming out in front of his goal. He'll push up the ice. On the near side, he fires it into the corner. Puck stops up as Stuckey will pick it up. Brings it around the boards. Legalic tried to tip it up and out, but it's stopped in front, and Brunton gets denied right in front by Durnall. I think he got a piece of that with a blocker. Otherwise, Brunton just sent that wide from right on the doorstep. In behind the Elmira net, Liam Reed will play it ahead, as Young now sends it up the far side. It's tipped in deep to the St. Thomas zone. As Elmira not taking any chances at this point, they'll stay in position to stop any rushes going the other way. They've got 2 back on their own blue line, basically, as they dump that in, and then 2 at the red line, with 1 standing halfway between the offensive blue line and the red line. Shot attempt on the near side by the Stars is going to miss well wide and go all the way down the ice, back into their own zone. with under 2 minutes left now from Elmira. Stopped up behind his own net is Charlie Stuckey. Up the far side, Owen Gray flips it high down the ice, trying to create a bouncing puck. Nutting's going to find it, though. Now sent up the far side. Rory Savage picks it up. He'll dump it in deep. In behind the net, stopped up by Reed. Nutting around the near side, finds Rossi. Send it up to Ratcliffe on the near boards. Ratcliffe drop pass for Rossi. Chance in front and a big save made by Durnall with the blocker hand. And he's going to deny Tanner Lawson on a shot from the far dot. Trying to switch it back to the near side on the blocker. Durnall does not want that to go by him. So face-offs on the near dot. Schwint in the offensive zone up against Cameron. Elmira wins it back to the point. Now sent back to Schwint. Who's behind a couple defensemen. Now in for Warlow, who's all alone. Warlow dangles around Durnall and easily tucks that in on the backhand. On the far side to make it 5-0. As the captain puts an extra stamp on it with 1:06 left. No celebrations, or not much of one at least, from Elmira, who are handily ahead. And will surely take this win at home with time dying down. Trying to catch those Chatham Maroons. They are right on the heels of trying to get the first place in the West. Ty Lawson in front. A pass for Vahoviak, and Max Monik had a wide open goal in front. Just couldn't find the puck on his blade. Thought he got the shot off, but the puck just said, I don't want to be here. And jumped off his blade of his stick. On the near side, we've got a tangle up, and Victor Moody is getting wrestled by Etheridge. Etheridge had his arm around Moody's head on the ice. Didn't seem for much of a reason, as the puck was well away from that area on the near side in the St. Thomas zone. And thankfully, Etheridge is going to get the gate for that play, because there was nothing great about that. And never mind, Victor Moody's going to get sent to the box as well. Well, it didn't seem like he had much to say about it. But 40 seconds left in this game. It'll be 4-on-4. Stars have one too many out. They're going to have to send one off. Now they do. So 4-on-4, face-off just outside the Elmira zone. 40 seconds left. Elmira up 5-0. As Elmira, after this win, will be tied with the Chatham Maroons. Although if the Chatham Maroons get their win, which they're up 3-2 right now, they will pull back ahead by 2, although Elmira will have the 3 games in hand still. So stoppage behind the Elmira net after the puck got stuck in a wall battle. The referees will blow it dead. With 22.7 left on the clock. It's all trivial at this point. There's just one stat that Liam Reed would like to take home and keep it where it is. As Kiriakou will send it up the far side. He'll ring it around the boards. It's stopped up behind the net by Dylan Durnall. And up the far side, Roberson is going to fire it back in deep. And with that, 5 seconds left. The Elmira Sugar Kings are going to take this win 5-0. And Liam Reed is going to get his 4th shutout on the season, as the Stars are kept off the board for the 2nd time in 3 games of late. So that will do it. The Elmira Sugar Kings get the win at home over the St. Thomas Stars, take a 3-0 series lead on the season against St. Thomas. And we thank you for joining our broadcast. Again, my apologies for the technical difficulties as we try to get everything sorted out. Well, thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe. Help us grow this St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. Our goal is to try and earn some money for the team, so it goes back into the boys. So anything you can do to help, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Final score from Elmira, 5 for the Sugar Kings, 0 for the St. Thomas Stars. I'm Phil Pimentel. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one, which will be in Kamoka next Saturday, the last game of 2025 for St. Thomas.